Real quick, say hi in the comments so YouTube knows you're still alive. It helps share this with more sci-fi fans, and if this story ends in a blackout and government denial, at least we tried. If the room starts humming and your teeth feel itchy, leave immediately. That was Rule 1 of Field Excavation Protocol. Dr. Ren Varin had, as usual, ignored it. Instead, he stood in a sweltering sandstone pit 30 meters below the base of the Great Pyramid, staring at a black crystalline obelisk that definitely wasn't limestone and definitely wasn't on the original blueprints. "Well," he muttered, "this feels like the kind of thing that ends with global extinction or a Netflix deal." The obelisk pulsed softly, 3 beats, like a heartbeat with performance anxiety. Ren took a cautious step forward, brushing sand off his shirt and nervously adjusting the patch on his satchel that read, "Xenoarchaeology is not a cult." The object was ancient, faceted like obsidian, but shimmered faintly in colors that didn't exist on the visible spectrum, or any sane design palette. Behind him, his assistant Mina, who had exactly 0 patience and a working survival instinct, hissed, "Ren, that's not stone, that's tech. We're leaving. Right now." "No," Ren said, squatting beside the obelisk. "We're documenting. For science. Or blackmail. Possibly both." He reached out and tapped the surface. It responded with a sound that wasn't a sound, like a memory of being screamed at in a language your bones remembered, but your brain couldn't translate. Mina took a step back. "Ren, the air pressure just dropped by 7 millibars, and I think my eyeballs just tried to reboot." "Standard activation response," he muttered, eyes wide. "This is a Hessari node. I think we found a screaming obelisk." Mina blinked. "A what now?" Ren grinned, because of course he did. Long-lost alien relay points. Old reports say they used Earth's geometry to amplify thought-based signals, like psychic Wi-Fi. Except one of the prototypes allegedly went rogue and started giving bad life advice to Babylonian priests. "And that's what you think this is?" she asked, backing toward the exit. "A cosmic bad influence?" "No," Ren said, brushing more dust off the surface. "I think it's the original transmitter, and I think it's still listening." As if on cue, the obelisk's surface split, seamlessly unfolding like a blooming flower made of black mirrors. Inside, a pulsing lattice of violet light twisted into a data spiral, and a voice hummed into existence. "Query received. Initiating review of Terran species. Probability of elevation, 0.02%. Confidence, optimistic. Sanity, optional." Mina screamed. Ren giggled. "It's got jokes," he whispered. The chamber shuddered. Above them, sand began to fall from the ceiling as a long sealed door opened somewhere far above. The obelisk's glow intensified. "Local custodial unit approaching," the voice said. "Classification, human bureaucracy. Threat level, extremely passive-aggressive." Ren's face paled. "Oh no, it's OASA," Mina stared. "The agency that denies its own existence?" "That's the one," he said. "If they find us here, they're going to erase this whole site with a focused sarcasm beam and then gaslight the global archaeology community into thinking we found an ancient septic tank." The obelisk pulsed again. "Do you wish to transmit emergency data packet to Hessari fleet?" Ren hesitated. "Define emergency." "Planetary species exceeding acceptable stupidity threshold. Recommend off-world extraction, sterilization, or galactic scale therapy." Mina looked at him, pale. "Ren, do not press anything." Ren's hand hovered over the beam interface. "No," he said, eyes sparkling. "I'm going to press everything." The obelisk didn't explode, which was frankly surprising. It did, however, emit a blinding column of violet light that carved through the sandstone ceiling like a divine middle finger aimed at low orbit. Ren yelped and stumbled backward, shielding his eyes with one hand and his archaeology degree with the other, as if either would stop a cosmic judgment laser. "You pressed the beam!" Mina shouted, already halfway up the access tunnel. "Technically, I gestured with intent," Ren shouted back. The air in the chamber changed, dense, charged, like static electricity had married paranoia and given birth to atmosphere. Then came the sound, the dull, rhythmic thud, thud, thud of boots on sand. Multiple pairs. That was never good. The first figure appeared in the entryway, tall, cloaked in matte black, with a visor shaped like a disappointed father. "Dr. Ren Varin," it said, voice filtered through something that made it sound 12% mechanical and 88% done with his nonsense. By order of the Office of Ancient Site Anomalies, you are in violation of 7 galactic protocols, 11 terrestrial laws, and 1 clause in the Treaty of Things that should never be poked. Ren squinted. Is that Agent Kelza? No, the figure said. But also yes. Mina whispered. What does that mean? They're part of a Gestalt bureaucracy, Ren replied. Shared consciousness. Think hive mind, but with more paperwork and passive aggression. Kelza stepped forward, gesturing toward the obelisk, which was now humming with visible contempt. You activated a Hessari transmission node. That's classified technology. You don't even have a basic level 3 SI filter. Your brain could melt from ambient sarcasm feedback. That would explain most of my X's, Ren muttered. Silence, Kelza snapped. Do you understand what this device is capable of? Not a clue, Ren said cheerfully, but I bet it's got better Wi-Fi than the base camp. Behind him, the obelisk flickered. Transmitting partial Hessari diagnostic. Warning, Terran cognition insufficient to process full translation. Substituting an Earth-appropriate format, initiating PowerPoint mode. A holographic display burst to life, complete with a fake startup chime and a floating title slide that read, Welcome to Galactic Obelisk Infrastructure. Please do not lick anything. Kelza groaned audibly. It's adapting to his mind. This is a disaster. Mina leaned in. That's a disaster? What do you call a pyramid shooting space Morse code into the void? Tuesday, Kelza replied flatly. Slides flicked past in rapid succession. Star maps, schematics, a 3D render of Earth labeled Unstable Narrative Zone. Then a diagram showing hundreds of Hessari relay nodes scattered across the galaxy, all blinking, all active, and all now connected to one node, this one. Oh no, Ren whispered. The obelisk chimed again. Signal link established. Hessari relay grid online. Fleet alert status updated. Level Wumbo. Kelza snapped to attention. Did that just say Wumbo? It's a translation artifact, the obelisk replied. Your language lacks the necessary concept for galactic-scale diplomatic incident caused by sentient snack food. Ren frowned. Did it just call me a snack food? Kelza turned. You need to shut it down. No, Ren said, standing tall for once. This is first contact. With a system that predates every galactic record we've got. We shut this down, we go back to pretending pyramids are just fancy graves. I'm not doing that. Kelza stepped forward. And if it brings the Hessari back? The obelisk answered for him. Message received. Estimated arrival, 3.6 days. Please prepare your species for feedback. The next 36 hours were a blur of panicked excavation, rapidly escalating threats from OASA, and Ren being forcibly fitted with a neural filter that looks suspiciously like a glittery Bluetooth headset from 2009. It's either this or your brain melts when the fleet arrives, Kelza had said. It's not even the melting I mind, Ren muttered, pacing the base camp while the obelisk's holographic interface projected ever-growing concentric star patterns. It's the fact you strapped alien tech to my head with literal duct tape. Budget cuts, Kelza deadpanned. Mina emerged from the tent with a data tablet. Update. The obelisk just linked itself to Earth's global satellite array and is now live streaming its personality matrix to something called the Council of Revisions. Also, it just auto-subscribed to 3 conspiracy channels and ordered 17 USB cables. Ren groaned. We've officially taught the ancient interstellar network how to online shop. We're doomed. The obelisk's voice crackled across the camp. Connection stable. Diplomatic emissary identified. Local designation, Ren. Emotional profile, sarcastic, sleep-deprived. Contains 4% microwave burrito. I'm not a diplomat, Ren hissed. I barely passed a class called The History of Bad Ideas. But the system wasn't listening. In the sky above the pyramid, a tear opened. Silent, shimmering, and deeply wrong. From it descended a ship the size of a small city, shaped like a spiraling monolith wrapped in liquid metal. The obelisk's core pulsed. Fleet command vessel confirmed, initiating first recontact. Kelza grabbed Ren by the arm. Final warning, we can still evac. Blow the chamber, erase all of this. Say it was swamp gas and desert madness. No, Ren said, pulling away. We've been suppressing the truth for 10,000 years. And I just made a cosmic collect call to a species that might still think we're smart monkeys who gave up fire for TikTok. If we're going to survive this, someone's got to talk to them. Might as well be the idiot who woke them up. As the ship descended, it projected a hologram into the air, a towering Hessari figure with fractal skin, infinite eyes, and a surprisingly expressive shrug. "Greetings, Terran variable," it intoned. "We received your transmission. We are confused. Your planetary signals contain both declarations of war and videos of felines playing musical instruments." Ren blinked. "Yeah, that's about right." "Are you a leader of your kind?" "No," he said. "Just a guy who poked the wrong rock at the wrong time." The Hessari tilted its head. "Acceptable. All major galactic shifts begin with that exact description. What do you wish to declare on behalf of Earth?" Ren paused, looked around at the terrified agents, the blinking obelisk, and Mina holding up a phone trying to get reception. Then he took a breath and said, "I declare that we're idiots, but we're curious, and sometimes that makes us dangerous, usually to ourselves, but if you're willing to talk, so are we." The Hessari paused. "You are unstable." "Correct." "And mildly radioactive." "Also correct." "Then we accept your request for observation. Provisional status, cosmic wildcard." The ship vanished without another word, leaving only silence, a sky full of stars, and an obelisk quietly humming a playlist of 80s synth pop. Ren exhaled and collapsed into the sand. "I think I just got us a seat at the galactic table," he mumbled. Kelsa stared at him. "You got us labeled as a wildcard species." "Yay," he grinned, "but I didn't get us deleted, so progress?" "If you made it this far, congratulations. Your brain might be just unstable enough to pass Hessari screening. Smash that like button before the obelisk beams it into deep space. Drop a comment telling us what you would have said to the ancient alien superpower, serious or sarcastic. We're logging everything for future court hearings. And subscribe, unless you're with OASA, in which case this never happened.